Face masks have been a large part of our lives during the coronavirus pandemic, and while they're necessary, they can affect those with hearing loss. Dr. Danny Genevico here at Audiology Hearing Aid Associates explains. Check this out. So Dr. G, we've all been wearing a mask for over a year now. Does that affect people with hearing loss when it comes to communication?
Well, first of all, let me get my mask off as I wear it all day. People that have hearing impairment depend not only on what they get through hearing aids, but they also depend on visual cues. Everybody lip reads. We may not know, nor may we admit to it, but even a person with normal hearing will turn and say, I beg your pardon, we've been lip reading since we were children. And it's not terribly important for the average person, but when you have a hearing loss, it's a means of compensating for what you're not getting through the auditory mode. And of course, since the pandemic began, you're exactly right. We've been wearing face masks for now over a year, and we'll probably be wearing them a little longer. And don't in any way think I am negating that. Face masks are an absolute necessity. But one of the downsides to wearing a face mask is that people who have hearing loss are being deprived not only of the lip reading abilities they have, but also audibility. A face mask can reduce the level of the voice. I think the University of Ohio did a study and found that it can reduce it up to 4 to 7 dB, which is quite a bit, or maybe even more. So let me give you a scenario. So you go to the grocery store, and the nice girl at the cash register is wearing a mask, and she is behind plexiglass, and so she makes a nice comment to you, and so the first thing that happens is her voice is muffled by the mask, maybe 4 to 7 dB, maybe more. But then lo and behold, now it's got to get through a barrier because now you've got plexiglass, so it's being attenuated or softened on 2 different occasions. And then to make the situation even more difficult, you're not able to see her face. So you use your credit card and you hope that it was the right amount because you just kind of nod your head and walk away since you had no idea what they were saying. So yes, it is a real problem. Now, one of the things that can be done, if at least for people that are professionals working with people with hearing loss, you can actually get a mask that has a clear opening in it, so it's plastic basically, so it does give you some degree of protection, but it also allows people to be able to see the face when you're moving. So it is an issue. It's a two-edged sword though. You know, if you are having significant difficulty because people are wearing masks, it may very well be that you have a hearing loss. All of us have a little more trouble, even if we have good hearing. But if you're saying, I don't understand people nearly as well as I did 2 years ago, it may be that you had a mild hearing loss at that time and you were unaware of it. And the using of the mask is now amplifying that to the point where you realize, well, maybe there's something different. And the only thing different that I can see was the mask. So certainly the best way to evaluate your hearing is through an audiologist and through a formal test. But you know, the mask may actually be an informal way of evaluating your hearing. So if you're having difficulty like that, you really probably ought to see your doctor or your audiologist, and it may be that you have a mild hearing loss that's being exaggerated by the fact that you're wearing a mask. So wearing the mask may have more than one positive consequence. It may keep you from getting COVID, and it may actually let people know that they've got a hearing loss that they can do something about.
Very good point. And if you'd like to learn more, give the folks at Audiology Hearing Aid Associates a call in Lynchburg. Their number is 434-528-4245. In Danville, you can reach them at 434-799-6288. You can also find out more online at digitalhearingforyou.com.